Welcome back to Off Block Gaming. I'm Isaac.
And I'm Ben.
And today what we're going to do, we're going to pick up where we left off last time. Now, last time we opened a few products that are going to help you get started playing Magic the Gathering. And I'm going to add that video up in the eye, which is...
off of my glistening head. In those kits that we opened up the Spellslinger Starter Guide. We are going to today show you exactly what's going on in those decks, the quick start guides, the rule books, and all of that kind of thing. Now, you're supposed to play this turn by turn and follow along with that quick start guide. We're going to play that. It's the first couple turns. We're going to play that through exactly how they have it for us, and then we'll probably shuffle these decks up and see how they go just on a normal second kind of game thing.
Yeah, and we're doing this so that, let's say you don't want to go buy this quick start guide. Let's say you don't want to do that. You just watch this video, learn how to do this, because this is going to walk you through every single type of spell that you're going to need to cast and show you how to cast them.
Can we just stop talking and play?
You are so rude! Let's play!
Let's play!
Alright, guys, we are now back at our trusty table, and we have our decks under our quick start guides, and this is the Spellslinger's Kit, and it comes with a rule book that tells you about all the things you need to know about your first time playing, the basics of Magic, the name, mana cost, all that kind of good stuff. Now, if you need all this information, it's in the rule book. I don't think we will need this right now because these quick start guides are going to get us started and get us ready and actually walk us through every single step. So, Ben, how are we going to pick who plays with what deck?
Well, in true off-block gaming fashion, we're obviously going to flip a coin.
Yay!
And because we're playing Magic, we're flipping a Pokemon coin.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, so if it lands on heads, it's Boros. If it lands on...
if you don't know what Boros is, it's yellow or white and red.
White and red. Yeah, that's plains and mountains. If it lands on the black side, which is the tails, it is for swamps and forests, black and green. Ready?
Ready.
You call it.
It's going to be heads or tails, dummy.
Right, you call what you want.
Oh, you're flipping.
Okay.
Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll play with this one. Now, mine's already opened up, so Ben has to open up his. And we're not going to shuffle. Okay.
But my big creature's on the bottom.
I know. Isn't that crazy? That's why I was like, I want to look at my Galta's on the bottom. Okay, so. Actually,
I unwrapped it.
You're so smart.
Yeah. I did it. It's so quick.
We're going to play with the life counter here, and they will come with the 2 life counters, which are awesome. But I will have the life on the screen so that you can keep up at home a little bit easier, just in case you can't see these itty-bitty numbers. Because some people are pretty old and can't see very well.
And some people wear glasses.
I do not. No one's ever seen my face.
Except for every intro.
Yeah, right.
You're so dumb. Okay, so in mine, this is what it says. Object of the game.
Okay, that's dumb. All right, let's
go.
No,
you and a friend are a powerful wizard engaged in a duel. Each player starts with 20 life. You're a wizard, Harry!
I'm Harry Potter. Yay.
Well, you do have the glasses.
I do.
We discussed this. Anyway. You start off with 20 life. If you reduce your opponent down to 0, you win. Now, what it doesn't say is, if you also stall the game out long enough, by playing control or whatever,
oh gosh,
and they go down to 0 cards, you also win.
No one cares. Okay.
Okay, so let's set up.
Okay.
All right, so creatures up to the front. I put my library on the wrong side. I'm so stupid.
Oh my gosh.
Library and graveyard. This is where discards go.
Hey, I'm gonna put lands.
See, look. You know what? Every time we go to a tournament and those guys are playing their lands in front and their creatures behind, we could point this out and say it's in the rules.
And then we're going to get punched in the face. Okay, I'm going to put my...
I never thought I was going to be bullied playing Magic.
Okay, so mine says that I'm going to go second this game. It says, ready, let's play. You will go second this game, but next time you play, you and your opponent can flip a coin. Yada, yada, yada. So we're going to start by drawing how many coins? I mean, coins. I mean,
That's
cards.
a coin. Okay, so 7 cards. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And look, it even knows what's going to be in my hand. Look.
That's crazy, right? Okay, so for my first move, you're going to go first this game. All right. Has some advantages. So whoever plays first does draw a card. Doesn't draw a card on their first turn. So I've already drawn all 7 that I'm going to have in my hand, and I'm going to show you guys that right now.
Oh, look at that!
Would you look at that?
Look at that.
Look at that. Do you know what I say when I see something like that? I say, would you look at that? Your first move... Your first move in the game should be to play a plains or land card. Now, because that's on my turn, you begin by untapping and drawing a card. I don't get to do either of those. I'm at my main phase currently. So on a main phase, you can play a land, 1 land per turn. Okay, and it says you should play a land every turn if you have one. Now, there are strategic reasons not to. We'll get into that later. You can't do anything else right now, so your turn is over. Okay. I can't play anything in my hand because my mana is not big enough. Go ahead.
And at the beginning of my turn, I'm going to draw a card because I go second. I'm going to draw a card at the beginning of every step for the rest of the game. Next, it says I'm going to play a forest. I don't like being told what to do.
You have to.
I know. But okay, now I can't do anything because nothing in my hand costs 1 green. And you can tell that by the top. It needs 1 of any color and a swamp, okay? So I can't do anything with that right now.
And that's outlined right in here in Basics of Magic. The mana costs. How much mana is.
All right, now, and I can't do anything, so I pass turn.
Okay, so whenever he says pass, it's my turn. So on mine, it's untap. I haven't used anything, so I don't untap. I draw a card, and then I go into my main phase again. On turn 2. Draw a card. I just did. Every turn for the rest of the game, I will do that. Okay. Next, play another plains. So I'm going to play another land on my first main phase. Now, after that, it's time to cast my first spell. Now, mana is the way that we pay for spells. Now, the spell that I'm going to be casting is Silverbeak Griffin. It costs 2 white mana. That's right here. So I have 2 plains available. In order to show that I've used it, I'm going to turn it sideways. Now, in Magic lingo, that's called tapping. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to turn that sideways. He's making fun of me again.
I'm not making fun of you. I just don't know what to do whenever you're reading the instructions.
I know.
I hate this. But
people need to know. People need to know.
And if you're new to the channel, I will show the card he's about to play right next to us. So he plays it over there. I'm going to put it right here so everyone can see very clearly what it does and what the card text says.
Right.
Okay?
So that's Silverbeak Griffin. I'm supposed to play that out. Now, whenever you play a creature, which is that right there, it's a creature. That's the kind of card it is. You cannot attack on your combat step the first turn it comes out unless it says otherwise.
And that's called Summoning Sickness. Okay?
Now, I'm tapped out, so I'm going to go ahead and pass.
So at the beginning of my turn, every turn I'm going to draw a card. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I need to play a card. Let's see. I have this card right here, Walking Corpse, that costs 1 and a swamp. So that means I need to play a swamp for this to work. So now I can tap 1 of any color and a black. I've tapped 2, and I've played Walking Corpse, a 2/2 zombie. And I'm tapped out, as been so eloquently talked about earlier. I can't do anything else, so I pass turn. I'm going to turn the page.
Turn the page.
And even this booklet is so cool. It tells you, even talks about
it even talks about the creatures and what you can do with it and all that kind of stuff, which is awesome because that's what's going to happen next.
And it talks about power and toughness, which we will get into.
So the start of my turn goes untap, upkeep, then draw. So I've untapped, I draw. Now, it says turn 3. The first thing you should do this turn is untap. Did that. I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to draw that card. Then it says play a mountain and cast another creature. So I'm going to play a mountain.
Yay.
And cast another creature. The creature that it wants is Knight of New Benalia. That's what he's telling me to cast. So I'm going to go ahead and turn 1 and a white. So I can use a red for that blank 1. And I don't have anything in my hand that can use just red. So I'm going to go ahead and tap that because it doesn't really matter. I'm going to tap that. Play Knight of New Benalia.
Ooh.
And then, let's see. What's the next one?
It says you're going to attack.
This turn, you will attack with Silverbeak Griffin. Remember, it has flying. Ooh, he flies.
Now, Ben, how do you tell when you attack?
Well, I push it forward, and I turn it sideways because it says I'm using it.
You don't necessarily have to push it forward, do you? You just have to tap it.
You don't have to push it forward, but I do. It's a visual cue to help the people I'm playing against.
Okay, since you beat everyone you play.
That's not true. You beat me the other day.
I did. I'm going to add that video to the eye.
Oh, man. Okay, so for combat, it says that I'm going to declare my attackers. I pushed my Silverbeak Griffin forward, tapped it sideways, and that's what I'm declaring as an attacker. Now, this is where Isaac gets to respond. Your opponent then declares a blocker.
I can't block because if you read the card, it says this creature can't be blocked except by creatures with flying or reach. I don't have either, so I'm going to take how much damage? The attack.
Silverbeak Griffin has 2 power.
So I go down 2 life.
It deals 2 damage to him.
I'm at 18. Oh, no.
Yeah. And now, I'm going to go ahead and pass.
All right, on my turn, for turn 3, I'm going to untap everything. Untap every single time. And then I'm going to draw a card. All right? So, you should draw a card, play a forest. There, I did it.
Run, Forest!
And cast another creature, Hitchclaw Recluse. And it costs 2, 1, 2, and a green. So I'm going to tap 3. Play Hitchclaw Recluse. Now it has reach. That means I can block that next turn. Reach means I can block anything with flying. So now I'm going to declare an attack. To declare an attack, I tap it. Okay, so now I'm going to attack. So Ben has the opportunity to
declare blocking. Now, it says right here, it's time to learn how to block. Your opponent is going to attack you with a creature walking corpse. During combat on your opponent's turn, they will declare their attacker. Then you can declare a blocker. You have 1 creature that is available to block. Now, remember, whenever I attack, I had to turn this sideways. That means it's used.
Yeah, you can't block with that, can you?
I cannot block with that. So, I have Knight of New Benalia that I can block with. Now, because his power is a 3... So I'm going to declare Knight of New Benalia, blocking Walking Corpse. Now, this doesn't have to happen. You don't have to push him forward and lay it on top.
We're going to do it anyway.
Right, so you guys understand what's up. Okay, so now, this has a power of 3 and a toughness of 1. This has a power of 2, toughness of 2.
So, my attack needs to be higher than his defense.
Right.
And his attack needs to be higher than my defense. Now, when I attack him, he's going to choose to block it. My attack beats his defense,
right?
But also, his attack is higher than my defense. So what happens is, they are both going to die.
Now, sometimes new players get confused with the attacking and blocking, and when does this die and when doesn't it die. If ever the power of this creature, which is the first number, is ever smaller than the toughness, which is the second number of the creature that's attacking or blocking, it does not die. But damage happens at the exact same time. So they swing and hit each other at the same time. They both die.
No.
When something dies or is used, it goes into the graveyard.
Now make sure it's facing up because there are a lot of decks that can pull stuff from other people's graveyards and even look in your graveyard.
Right.
Now
it's a little bit more advanced of a technique. So right here it says that was turn 3.
My
then
turn's over.
Combat. It explains everything we just say.
Said.
Now, English is a good thing. Derp, derp. All right, so one thing that we didn't say that they do cover on this, if a creature does not die from that attack, so the toughness is larger than its power,
I think we're about to find that out.
It heals at the end.
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
they'll talk about that next turn.
Right.
Because...
Well, my turn is done. Well,
no,
your turn.
My turn is done. I passed turn.
Okay, so it doesn't say anything about turn 4 for me.
Yeah, it has it on here. Yeah, flip it.
Oh, it's on the other side. Yes. Okay.
It's front and back, Ben.
Sorry.
Alright, untap.
Oh, don't turn lands upside down. That's
I will
weird.
freak out.
Alright, first things first, remember untap, then to draw a card. Play a land. It's a mountain. Play a mountain. I like to stack my stuff up to make makes it a little bit more nicey.
Stacking cards.
Now, I do. Untap and draw, play a land. Now, I get to play a creature war this turn because I have 1 to cast for 4. I'm going to tap all 4 of my lands for that. That's 3 of any color and 1 red. So I've got 3 of any color and making sure 1 red is tapped. I'm going to play Hostile Minotaur.
Oh, and it has haste. That means you can attack this turn.
And that even is said right here. Hostile Minotaur has haste. It is an ability called haste. Creatures can attack. It does not have summoning sickness. So, because I can attack with both, I am going to swing with both.
Okay, so right now, I can choose to block now.
Yep.
I can actually block one of either one, but I'm going to block the one with the highest attack right now. Okay, so I'm going to declare my Hitchclaw Recluse a blocker and let this go through. Now, here my attack is 1.
Yep.
It is not higher than his defense, so I can't kill that.
Right.
And then vice versa. His attack is not higher than my defense, so mine won't die either. So they'll just block. They basically bump into each other, and that's it. Now this one, it goes through, so I'll go down to 16. Okay? So that's pretty much it.
Not too bad.
So that's the end of your turn. So I'm going to untap. And now we're going to start a different thing. We're going to learn how to play an instant and or sorcery spell. Okay? Now, untap, I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to play a land. I'm going to play a swamp. So I have 2 green and 2 black. I'm going to cast what's called a sorcery card. A sorcery card is going to be played during my main phase. A main phase is where I play my land and then instant or creatures and or sorcery cards. I'm going to play Impale. So I need 2 and 2 black. I'm going to destroy target creature. And you know what? I want to get rid of that Minotaur because that has a really high attack. Okay, so this destroys target creature. That one, boom, it's gone.
So whenever it gets destroyed, it goes to the graveyard,
and so will my sorcery spell. Okay, now that got rid of that, and it'll talk to you about the different types of spells, sorcery and instant spells. Instant spells can be played at any time. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm not going to attack. Okay,
now, why would you not attack?
Well, because I don't want to take any more damage.
Right.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this open so I can block that, because this does have reach, and I can block that flying silly thing. So I'm going to path turn.
It's a silver beak, not silly.
Silly beak griffin.
This is silly beak. That's funny. All right. Oh, I almost did a boo-boo.
Oh.
I almost didn't untap my silver greed. All right, here you go. All right, so I untapped and I drewed. Now.
Drewed?
Yeah, drew the card. For my turn, don't have any lands right now, so you can't play one this turn. Well, that craps. All right, you should have a card called Moment of Triumph in my hand. Moment of Triumph is an instant that can be turned combat to your advantage. Now, Moment of Triumph is one of those things he called an instant. He's going to pop it up on the screen. Now, I can play it at any time. What this is actually called in like magic terminology is called a battle trick. Means I'm going to use it to make sure I can kill his stupid spider, because nobody likes us anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually not going to cast anything right now. Yeah, because it would be stupid for me to cast it on my first main phase anyway. All right. They already know. Hey, you can't tell them that? All right, swing.
Well, it has flying. I'm going to block it.
Okay.
It's not going to do anything, is it?
Yeah, it is.
What?
Instant. So, I'm going to, let's go through the steps. Combat phase, declare attack.
I declare a blocker.
In response to you declaring a blocker, I am going to tap 1 white and play an instant spell that says target creature gains 2/2 until end of turn, and I gain 2 life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my Silverbeak Griffin +2/+2.
No.
That makes him a 4/4.
So his attack, which is 4, is equal to my defense.
Yes.
That means
it dies.
Now, my attack is not high enough to kill it, so my guy dies. Oh,
and
no.
I gain 2 life, so I go up to 22 points of health.
I think I have another die over here. Yep.
So what we do is we put another 6-sided die next to it that states we got 2 more life. Now,
this is very one-sided.
It is, and I'm kicking your tail. Now, I actually have 3 mana available, and so far, we've only cast during our first main phase. Now, in Magic, we have 2 main phases. We've got this one, then combat, and then a second main phase. Or main phase again, as they put it. So that's just weird.
Yeah.
It's not as simple as second main phase. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tap all 3 of these manas. And I'm going to play what's called a Frenzied Raptor. It's a 4/2.
Did it tell you to do that?
It did. Right, cha.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
Now, I'm all tapped out.
Wait,
now,
where at?
right here. What are the strategic reasons to play a land or play a creature on a second main phase? Because they don't really discuss that.
Well, I mean, so let's say if I had a spell or something, you can leave that land open to maybe trick me into thinking that you have an instant or sorcery spell, or you have some sort of thing that'll kill all my stuff.
Right. Okay. So that could be a thing where it's like another battle trick that you could like false that you had.
I'm going to go ahead and untap this.
Bluff is the word that I was looking for. English, it's a hard language.
I know. So I'm going to play a swamp for my turn, and I'm going to tap 2 and 2 black to play a Ravenous Chupacabra. Now what this does, it enters the battlefield, destroy target creature an opponent controls. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to kill that Silverbeak Griffin. Okay? So as soon as it comes out, it kills that.
Alright, so that goes into thine graveyard.
Yep, and...
Well, that's a really powerful creature.
I know, and that has Summoning Sickness, so I can't attack this turn. So now it's your turn.
Okay. So I'm going to untap at my turn.
Look here, it doesn't have any more steps.
So that means I can just keep winning?
We can just keep playing. Let's keep playing, Ben. Let's
okay.
get the rules out of here.
Untap, and then draw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then,
This is where to go from here.
You killed my Ravenous Chupacabra with the Ravenous thing. Where to go from here. Now you're ready to continue this game. Here are a couple of ideas about what to do next. And then, I'm not going to read this because this is going to be trickery. See, this is what to do next.
It gave you 2 options. I have the same 2 options. Well, not the same 2 options. Yeah, So now I'm not going to show my cards anymore.
Fine. So, I didn't get anything. And look, okay, so, time to start talking about strategy then.
How much time do we have left? I don't even know.
I don't know. We've been talking for a little while. I don't have the mana to play that. I can play this on my first main phase, and that will help because I can get rid of one of his things. And then I could put this down. So I think what I'm going to do, because I need a better board state, I'm going to tap 4, and for my first main phase, I'm going to play Inspiring Captain.
Ooh.
When Inspiring Captain enters the battlefield, all creatures get +1/+1 until end of turn. And what I'm going to do is then swing with, declaring attackers for combat. I'm going to attack with my Frenzied Raptor.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to take 5.
Right. And the reason why he didn't block is because it's only for that turn. And I did that so that if he blocked with his Ravenous Chupacabra, he was going to have to let it die.
Exactly. And I didn't want to do that.
Right. So I still have a blocker now that is big enough to handle his Ravenous Chupacabra if he attacks.
Yeah.
And the 1/1 goes away because my second main phase I don't have any mana, so I have to pass. Pass turn.
Untap, draw a card. I'm going to play another 4, so I have 6 mana, and I have a couple of options. And what I'm going to do,
you got another. You've been just drawing a whole bunch of mana.
I have. I know, it's crazy. I'm going to attack with the 2/2.
Okay, so he has a lot of mana open, and I have a 3/3, so it would be really weird of him to attack in with something that he knows is going to die unless he has some sort of battle trick.
Oh, no, I didn't realize that was only a 3/3, Ben.
You're so stupid. I'm actually going to go ahead. Now, this could hurt me, but I've got a lot of health, and it's a resource that I can use. So I'm going to say no blockers.
Okay. So you take 2.
I'm going to take 2 damage.
Take 2 damage.
I go down to 20.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in my second main phase and play a Colossal Dreadmaw, a 6/6 with Trample. Trample means whenever he does block, if there's anything left over from the defense, it goes to his life. So if I attacked, he would still take 3 damage to his life and after he blocked. But I already know what he has in his hand, so...
You do?
I do. And I'm going to pass turn because I'm tapped out.
Tapped out.
Tapped out.
Strictly Better Magic dev reference right there. I'm all tapped out, so I guess I'm going to have to go. Dude, I like watching YouTube.
I do too. We should make a channel on YouTube, don't you think?
Yeah.
Oh, man. And also, we hit the 100 subscriber
Yeah,
mark.
dude. Like,
Yeah,
how cool is that?
crazy.
Like, we didn't even start off with that. Why did we not start off with
I
that?
know. We should also start out with every video with, hey, like and subscribe. Why do we not do that?
I don't know. All right, so, because I want to hit you in your face.
Oh.
Not with my fists.
That'd be rude.
Yeah, it would be rude. I'm going to play Luminous Bonds by tapping 3, making sure one of them is white. And I'm going to declare Colossal Dreadmaw.
So what we usually do is just put it like right on top of there.
Right, so that means Colossal Dreadmaw is exiled
Also,
as long as Luminous Bond... No, it can't attack or block. Sorry,
yeah, can't attack
my
or
bad.
block. Now, be careful. Whenever you do that, stack them up, because a lot of times I've actually shuffled some of his cards in my deck.
Yes, you have to make sure that these cards, like if this is stuck here, gets back to the owner. So that has happened to me a couple times.
So now I have not blocked... I can't block with anything.
Right, so I'm actually going to swing through with 7. And he doesn't have any mana, so there's no like battle trickery
I
right
have
now.
5 mana left. This is awful.
5 health.
Untap, draw a card. Okay. This is great. This makes a lot of sense. Okay, I'm going to play 1, 2, and 3. One of these to be green. I'm going to play Reclamation. Get that out of here. When it enters the battlefield, you may destroy target artifact or enchantment.
Ah, nice.
Destroy that.
Nice.
And then I'm going to attack with 6/6 and the 2/2. I'm going to leave the 2/2 open. Yeah.
So I'm gonna take 6.
Yeah.
Because I have to.
So I'm gonna pass.
I got what's after is 14.
Yeah.
I don't do good maths. Okay. So that's it.
That's it. Pass turn.
And he still has 4 mana available.
4 mana available, and I only have 5 life left.
I better get some good something going.
Mm-hmm.
That is not good something. All right. Well, I will do my best here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He has 10 power total.
I do.
That he can swing in. So I think I'm going to pay 5.
Oh, no.
1 with red. And I'm going to play Charging Montresaur.
Oh, no!
Monstrasaur! And while it's really tempting to just smash face and swing in, this has Trample, and he can't take too much more. I'm going to leave... I'm going to swing in with a 5/5.
Okay.
And I'm trying to decide whether or not. So before I say those are my attackers, I'm going to try to decide whether or not I want to leave enough to kill your Dreadmaw if I stack block, which is something that we could teach them. Or if I want to get as much damage in and hopefully I draw into some good card my next turn. But I think it would be stupid to go down health that much, so I'm only going to swing in with this. Okay,
so what I'm going to do, I'm going to block over here.
Right, and it has Trample.
Wait, no, I'm not. I'm going to block with the Ravenous Chupacabra. And then luckily I do have an instant spell, which I can play during his turn. Titanic Growth gets +4/+4 until the end of the turn. So this is a 6/6, so I'm going to block it there.
Now, I could have said that you had mana available, and because I know the game as well as I do, I knew that Titanic Growth was a green card.
Yeah.
So I anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
in real life, you probably wouldn't have attacked.
exactly.
Yeah.
So Montresor goes to the graveyard.
So does.
So he gets rid of a very large threat off
Yes.
of the board.
So now I'm going to untap, and I have no cards, so I'm going to top deck in. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to attack...
He has to be careful here.
With... these two.
All right. So what I'm going to take a look at here is how many of my creatures do I really want to kill? Because right now that's 8 power. So I would come out of that with, what, 6 health?
Mm-hmm.
6 health. And then I have those and no creatures on the board. I'm going to take 2, and I'm going to stack block my 2 creatures against Colossal Dreadmaw.
Okay.
Now, this creature has a 4/2. This one has a 3/3. So these are declared blockers for that.
Okay, so what that means...
Now the attacker gets to choose which one gets dealt damage first.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter to me because I have a higher attack than both of their defense put together, so you're
Right.
still going to take 1 damage from that. So let's say this one first and then this one.
Okay. So, because I have an attack of 4, he wants this one to fight first. He puts this one here. This deals 4 to it, bringing it down to 2 health. This deals 3 to it, bringing it down to -1 health.
And it's dead. But so are both
But
of those.
both of these get dealt damage.
And you take 1 damage.
And I take 1 from that and 2
And 2
from
from
this. So 3, so
Yep.
I'm down to 11.
So I'm going to go to my main phase again. My
said-
second
yeah.
main phase,
Yeah, main phase
I'm
again.
going to play 2 black and 2 green, and I'm going to play a Grazing Whiptail as a 3/4 with reach.
Now, looking at the board right now, it's pretty dire for me unless I draw something amazing.
I don't know, it's a stacked deck.
Wow. Yeah. I played that out wrong, I think. It's not a stacked deck. Only the first 5 turns.
Oh, okay.
After your 7 draw. Okay. Yeah. I've got nothing.
What?
Yep.
Oh, no.
That's the one.
So I'm going to untap.
I have a land to
Oh.
play, but I'm not going to play it.
Why not?
Because why?
Just in case you get something next time that needs 7. I'm going to declare attack. I drew a card. I go to my main phase, and I'm going to attack with everything. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And I have to take it.
Oh, dang. And
So I go down to 4?
Yeah. And then in my second main, I'm going to tap 4 to play. Alright, guys, sorry for the technical difficulties. The camera went to 10% and it automatically stopped recording. So the last thing I left off was playing this bristling board at the end of my turn, and then I passed turn to Ben.
Alright, so untapped and draw. Alright, so what I got is a Sky Knight Legionnaire. It's going to be too little too late. Even if I'd have had this played out, I play my Sky Knight Legionnaire out with Flying and Haste.
Mm-hmm.
It swings through for 2. I could have played Inspiring Charge if I had 1 more mana,
Oh.
and it still would have only brought him down to 1.
Okay, so I'll go down to 1, or if you had played that.
If I'd have had played it.
So
but
I'm at
you're
3
really
now?
at 3. Yeah.
Good game.
Hey, man,
Good game. Alright, guys, I hope this is very informative. If you would, go give us a like and subscribe to our videos, and we'll be able to put out some more content as soon as possible. Guys, thank y'all for watching Off Block Gaming.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Isaac. Have a good one.